Today we will revise about the function and pointer, and we will learn about your call by value and call by reference. So earlier we have studied regarding the functions. There are logically three type of functions we have studied. First one is with argument, and with return type. This is used in maximum way or maximum areas. Second one, with argument and without return type. When we are not having any single output, in that case we can use this type of functions. Third one is without argument and without return type. This is actually not used anywhere. It is a basic one or basic type of function which is normally given to the students just to know what a function is. So when we go for the functions, let us discuss from the bottom one. Without argument, without return type means the total program is written somewhere in some different kind of place, and we call that from the main program. So that is the basic thing. Without argument, without return type means we are not going to give any argument or we are not going to pass any value to the function. Neither we can expect any return type or return statement from the particular called function. Next one, with argument and without return type. Why it is required? Normally what happens, sometimes we do have more than one outputs, maybe 2 or 3 outputs we can have. In that kind of things, we can pass the argument and we do not expect for any return statement from the called function. Okay, we print the output or we will just give the output at the return function itself. But we are passing out the argument to the main function. Next is type 1, that is with argument and with return type. In this case, what happens? We normally pass an argument to the calling function. Then the argument will pass to the called function. The called function, there the argument means of the value that is being manually calculated or manipulated, any kind of calculation are done there. Thereafter, the final output is returned back to the main program or to the called function itself. Okay, so this is the basic 3 types of functions. Now, what is a pointer? A pointer is a variable which stores the address location of another variable of its type. Means pointer, it is a variable and it stores the address location of another variable. Okay. For example, I am writing integer star p. Now star p is a pointer variable where p stores the address location of another variable, another integer type variable. Okay. Now let us go for call by value and call by reference part. Call by value and call by reference. As the name suggests, call by value means we are acting here or we are calculating here by means of value of a variable. And as it refers to call by reference, here we are using the pointers. The basic difference between call by value and call by reference is in call by value we are using the value of the variable, whereas in call by reference method we are using the pointers, means we are using the address location. Whenever we are using pointer means we are accessing through a address location. Now what happens between these two is in call by value what happens, we are just using the function of type 3 in its normal mode. Normal mode means we are taking some input in the main program Then through a function we are passing out the value of the variable to the function. Thereafter in the called function we are catching or we are storing the value through another variable. Thereafter we are calculating the total calculation part by means of using that value. Let us consider about a single small program, factorial. Let us consider the factorial program, and we will do this one by means of two methods. First one, call by value. Call by value. Let us consider a program. I am writing from main integer n. Then I am writing out from long int because the factorial will be a long integer type. So long integer f. Now take input in the main program. Oh, sorry, we need to define a function here. Factorial fact of integer, because here I am passing the value of integer. N is an integer and I pass the value of n. So n is integer type, that's why I am using the character type as integer. Now printf enter a number scanf percentage d n percent of n. Okay, so I have taken n as the input of the program. Thereafter, let's call the function. So by means of f, because f will be the output, f will store the value of the factorial, so f will be the output. So whenever the return value comes from the called function, it will get stored in f. So by means of, for that I am using f to be the variable to store the return value. F equal to factorial of n. So when the factorial of n is called, means when the function gets executed, the final output will be returned back to f. Now output statement, the output statement will be there in the calling function itself or the main function itself. So here I will write printf factorial equal to percentage ld, because we are using long integer type and we need to give the value of f. So ld comma value of f. So this is all about the main function of calling function. Now let's go for the call function. So long integer, the data type of the function. Thereafter the name of the function, factorial. Then the value passed integer. So here I will write integer x. So the value of n, whatever value that we have given is input, the value of n, it is going to be stored in x. Now integer identity, then long int f1 equal to, let us consider 1, because we are going for repetitive multiplication method. For that I am assigning the value 1 to f1, where f1 will count the or will store the factorial value. Next I will go for look for I equal to 1, I should be less than equal to x, I plus, we will be starting from the value of 1, so it will go on increasing up to s, x is this value, then I plus. f1 equal to earlier value of f1 into the value of I. That's all. Thereafter, finally we will return back the value of f1 to the main program. So So here the value of n becomes 5. Now what is happening here, that I am calling the function factorial of n, where the value of n is 5. Now from this it will call to this one, the control moves over to this one. Here the value of x becomes 5 because I have passed 5, the value of n which is 5, I have passed 5. So x equal to 5. Now here f1 is 1. Thereafter for I equal to 1, initial value of I is 1. 1 less than equal to x, so take the value 5. The value of x is 5. So I less than 5, 1 less than 5, the condition is true. When the condition is true, control comes over to the loop. Now f1 equal to initial value of f1 is 1 into the value of I is 1 here. So 1 into 1, that is 1. So when the value of I is 1, f1 becomes 1. Next, the value of I will increase by 1, I plus plus is there. So again the value of I becomes 2. Now it will ask, second one, I2, 2 less than equal to 5. True or false? It is true. So when it is true, that means f1 equal to the earlier value was 1 into I, the value of I is 2. So f1 becomes 2 here, and the value of I will be 3 because it will increase its value by 1. Now 3 less than equal to 5, condition is true. So when the value of I equal to 3, earlier value of f1 is 2. So f1 will become 2 into the value of I, that is equal to 3, that means 6. Now the value of I will increase by 1, means I becomes 4. So for I equal to 4, the condition is again true, 4 less than equal to 5, condition is true. So here f1 equal to 6 into 4, that is equal to 24. Thereafter I will become 5. So when the value of I becomes 5 here, 5 less than equal to 5, this condition is true again. So f1 will become 24 into 5, that is equal to 120. Now the value of I becomes 6, and condition is 6 less than equal to 5. So this condition becomes false. So the control will move out of the loop. So from the out of the loop, it is returning back the value of f1, whose value is 120. So 120 will return back to where? To this one. So here f becomes 120. Now what is happening here? Return factorial equal to 120. Okay. So in this way, by means of call by value method, we are normally writing the program of factorial of a number. Clear? Now let us consider for call by reference method. So what is the changes that is going to be occurred here? In call by reference method, what happens? Normally we declare the variable. Next we need to have a pointer variable. We need to have pointer variable star p, let it be. Just I am making some kind of changes. Now integer as factorial of here integer star, because I will pass an address location through the argument, through the function argument. In earlier case, in call by value method, I was passing the value of a variable, but here I need to pass the address location of a variable. So for that I am using factorial equal to integer star. Now printf enter a number, it's okay. Scanner percentage d % of n, it's okay. One statement I need to add here, p equal to n% of n. Why? Because p is a pointer variable and it will store the address location of another variable. So I am storing here the address location of the integer. Okay. Now here same function type, just I will pass the value of p, which is a pointer variable. passing the address location of n. But here I am catching the value of n. The value of n will be star of y. That means, just in simple words, y will become equal to p, and star of y will become the address locator. So will become the value of n. This thing is nothing here called by reference method. Here we are working with pointers. So in pointers, what happens? We pass the address location, whereas we catch the value. Now the same concept goes over here. It is the right long integer f1. Now here in place of x we can use star of y. Okay, that's all. And the same thing is going on. So it is known as call by reference method. That means, how does it happen is, now let us consider this one is a address block. Here it is given name is n. Its address location, let it be 1000 and 1001, because integer type it will have 2 bytes of memory. So 1001 and 1000 and 1001. Now the value let us consider to be 5. So any kind of variable, it has got 3 attributes or 3 properties. One is its name, second one is value, third one is address. So when we are using only variable name, this becomes the variable, or it targets to the variable directly. But when we use the pointer variables, it targets to the starting address location of the variable or address location of the variables. There we do not need to get the name of the variable, just we need to target the address location and the value that is